So CTIP has had a big impact on the students, but I think it's also impacting teachers. And what's been your observation?
So what I've noticed most is that the teachers are putting more of the learning on the students. So they are really moving to the part where they're facilitating the learning. So they're working, they're not having to work as hard as they did before. And I think the students are also taking more risks. Just yesterday, I was in a classroom and a student said, oh, I have this menu of options I can use. I can use Flipgrid, I could use a Brain Pop movie, I could make it Adobe Spark. I've never tried a Flipgrid. Well, I'm just gonna see how this goes. And she had never done a Flipgrid before, but she was like, I'm just gonna give it a shot. And so I think that is very powerful.
So that makes me wonder about the technology ability of these teachers that have chosen to participate. What have you seen there? Are these like all super high techies?
Well, you have to have some level of knowledge, but to do our jobs, we have to have some level of computer knowledge, right?
Right.
But what's nice about this is by allowing the students to choose their tools and really putting some of that onto the students, you give the students the freedom to be as creative as they want to be, and the teacher doesn't have to really know how to use everything, right? If you say, you go make a Spark video, you don't have to be an expert on Adobe Spark for your kids to make a great product, right? And so that also reduces the amount of time you have to spend as a teacher learning all these tools before you use them. So there are a lot of benefits to making a classroom more student-driven. Like Stacey was saying, it ends up making your life easier once you just get over the hurdle of letting go and letting the students have that freedom.
Truthfully, consider myself a techie person, and I have a lot of tech skills, but sometimes I don't know how to use a program in depth because there's so many out there, and the students teach me as we go along too.
And the reality is, from what I've seen, classroom management matters more than technology ability when it comes to using this stuff. I mean, it really is all about the same stuff we've been doing in terms of how to be a good teacher applies. The technology is just a tool.
So we did also ask the teachers about that. Let's hear from them.
The reason I think CTIP and programs similar to it are important for teachers to have is because it gives them the resources and the tools that they might not have otherwise just within their own school. I was actually just recently speaking with another educator about CTIP and how I went about applying for the program and what the process has been like, and I realized that throughout meeting and going through the training, I've learned more than I thought I would about technology, whereas I was already using it quite frequently in my class, but now the kids can use it and the kids can interact, and it's a whole new ball game.
So the thing about taking the higher level training is it allows them to get those opportunities to move forward and take that knowledge and just keep continuing on and growing with it. And also trying to get them to understand the interconnectedness between the different subjects they're actually learning in school, because it's not just one thing. It's how does it all fit together and become one big cohesive product.
It grows us professionally. Sometimes we get stagnant. Honestly, sometimes we get complacent with our practice. We're afraid to step out and experience new things. And I think the training really keeps us on the edge of education. In the 21st century, without it, we would be satisfied with what we normally would do, teach from the book, kind of give direct instruction, guidance. But the training is good because it gives us an eye-opening experience on what we should be doing.